Veganism is a approach and technique of living which finds to exclude, as significantly as is possible and practicable, all forms of profiteering of, and viciousness to, animals for food, apparel or any kind of other purpose, and by extension, markets the advancement and make use of animal-free op. It is not merely all natural scientific research that has viewed to it that we receive it wrong, but it has been shown that individual task has provided to this fad. In nutritional terms, it represents the practice of dispensing with all products acquired totally or to some extent from animals. The regulation permits for public usage of a variety of animals by anyone who has a permit or benefit. The state of Wisconsin is known for its pet security rules. But the Animal Protection Plan has been challenged by the Natural Resources Defense Council, NERC, which said that pet foods have to come to be component of nutritional tips or demands. There are a lot of techniques to welcome vegan living. The only technique to recognize the influence of consuming creature products is to consume a whole plant diet. All plants and animals are important, and the food items field's passion in animals is to generate a lot of vegetation alternatives that are going to sustain us and support us. Nevertheless, these plant alternatives are not always negative for you. It's merely that we need to have to get that out of the method and obtain to the factor where we don't need to have to presume regarding it. However, one trait all vegans have in typical is a plant-based diet steering clear of all animal foods items such as meat product, consisting of fish, shellfish and bugs, dairy products, eggs and natural honey, as well as avoiding animal-derived products, products examined on creatures and location. When speaking regarding creatures, veganism is all regarding delivering a satisfied, healthy, vegetarian way of living on a plant-based diet regimen. Background: although the vegetarian diet plan was specified early on in the Vegan Society's beginnings in 1944, it was as overdue as 1949 before Leslie J. Cross pointed out that the Society did not have a meaning of veganism. One might assert that it came along and relocated beyond the original inception of a vegan diet, but that the term was never defined. In the 1950s and 1960s, the principle of veganism was a lot extra standard than with several typical diet guidelines. He recommended the concept of the liberation of creatures coming from exploitation through man. We can easily simply recognize the ethical and economic value of the idea of cumulative sacrifice, and that the reality that such a principle can never be applied is because of the fact that creature sacrifice in any type is a target of our historical perspective, and the simple fact that this is later cleared up as to find an end to the make use of animals by guy for meals, assets, work, hunting, dissection, and through all other usage involving exploitation of animal lifestyle through male. The animal rearing neighborhood is not obliged under this scalp to handle any type of member of this area of pets kindly, nor to help the members, but simply to work along with the participants. The culture was to begin with registered as a charitable organization in August 1964, but its possessions were eventually moved to a brand new charitable organization when it likewise became a limited business in December 1979. The label was at that point relabeled the Society of Charity Schools and is right now the Society of the Children's Association, SCARA. The second charity to be signed up was the American Medical Association. The Clinical Association was enrolled in 1965 and the organization relocated to the U.S. in 1981. Along with this new organization, the AMA was generated in 1967. The meaning of veganism and the charitable objects of the culture were changed and fine-tuned over the years. The brand new interpretation contains both the veganists, those who really love food items, and the charities, those who help people with health and wellness ailments. The only exception to this last type are those individuals who may be convinced when their personal health and wellness has been produced clear and they are willing to serve others. Nonetheless, there is no requirement to be in any type of particular type. Food items is a vital individual right.